Michelle.
Hi.
I'm a McCoyR Citrix.
Hi.
Do you mind if I take a seat?
Go ahead.
So glad to finally meet you and put a face to the name. So I have my business card for you today just so you have my information. Here is a copy of that. Do you mind if I have one of yours?
Sure.
Perfect, thank you so much. Well, I was so excited to meet with Jamie last week and be able to talk about your new Toronto project. It's actually one of my favorite cities in the world. Have you ever been there?
I mean, yeah, a ton.
What's your favorite part?
I don't know. I mean, I just work when I go there, so.
Yeah, well, maybe today we can free up some of that time so you can go. My favorite thing is going to the Toronto's Raptors games. I love basketball. It's the very first basketball game that I had ever been to. So much fun. Love that city. But, maybe by the end of today we can make it to where you're able to go to some of the basketball games and maybe have a fun outing. I love how in the basketball games, how the players, they interact, they work together as a team. And today I want to do that between North American Plastics and Citrix. And is 20 minutes still okay? I want to be cognizant of your time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. So today I'd like to go ahead and review some information that me and Jamie went over in our last meeting, and then explore your role as the systems admin administrator, and then talk about what you're experiencing on the technology end of your processing systems. I'd also like to talk about how Citrix and Desktop can address some of these solutions and save you time and money in the long run. So again, that you can have some of that free time. And then if there's anything else you'd like to cover, I of course want to make sure that we cover that. How does that sound for you today?
I mean, sounds fine.
Okay, perfect. So Jamie made it clear that the biggest obstacle seems to be an inefficiency, working between those 13 different brands, 13 different types of operating systems. And what all operating systems are you guys currently using?
I mean, I could go on, like you said, there's so many, so I don't know the exact names of every single one of them, but I mean, it's a good number of them.
And on your end, what challenges are you facing with trying to get them all on the same one?
I mean, just having them all at once, getting all the salespeople on the same page, but really quick before we even get started, I mean, I kind of need you to prove yourself to me before we keep going on with this meeting.
Yeah. Are you worried about my experience or?
I mean, yeah, I don't partner with just companies. I partner with the people within the company, so I kind of have to know that, like, I can trust you and all that stuff.
I definitely understand, and again, like I said, I want to work together as a team, and the biggest part about being on a team is that trust. So I do want to make sure that we have that shared trust. Today I've actually brought a testimonial letter of recommendation that I have from one of my past clients, showing that they support how I work and I supported them and all their needs. So I have included that in this binder that I made for you today, so I'll go ahead and leave it with you. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So again, with that efficiency, you said it's not really working for the salespeople, and Jamie let me know that it was losing about $10,000 to $1 million in missed opportunities. Is that still true?
Yeah.
So losing a lot of money, and not only is money, is there time being lost as well?
I mean, I'm sure, yeah.
And what could you be doing with that time that your sales reps, are wasting logging into different systems and making sure that everything's working? I know there was outdated technology, but what could you be doing with that time?
I mean, me personally or them or?
You personally, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't affect me too much personally. It's just their time because they could be making more sales, so I guess more money for the company. But I mean, that's more of Jamie's stuff, so.
Okay. So for you, with your systems right now, what challenges are you facing in your role?
So my biggest project I have going on right now is for Canada and then half of North America. We want to switch out all the hardware and equipment, and they want it done in 2 weeks, which is insane. I mean, realistically, I would need like 3 to 4 months to do that, but they want it done in 2 weeks, so that's my thing I got going on right now.
So that's your timeline right now, is the 2 weeks process.
Mm-hmm.
And then for getting that implemented for the Canada and the North American region, is there anyone else that needs to be involved or that we need to be meeting with?
No, I mean, if I like what I see, I can make that call today.
Okay, perfect. And when you are making a decision such as this one, what do you look for?
I mean, time, efficiencies, making sure that they understand what we want and they can just do it in a timely manner.
So time seems to be a really big aspect of what you guys are working
2
towards.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So that is the end goal of what we're looking for. And in those 2 weeks, is it launching the Canada office or just making sure that it's all working within 2 weeks?
No, I mean, I have to replace all their hardware,
Okay.
and half of North America, which is insane.
So with that hardware, what challenges are you facing with replacing it?
I mean, it just costs a lot of money, so I don't know. It's just, and then getting everyone in sync and getting everyone on the same page. I don't know, it's just a lot.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, we're having some compatibility issues with the hardware and not only just having to replace it as well.
I guess. I mean, really, it's just the cost is all I can really care about right now.
The cost. So I know you mentioned that it was a really high cost to replace that hardware. What have you been looking into? What's that number that you've been seeing?
Right around $1 million.
$1 million? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it seems like it's taking a lot of your time. What could you be doing with that time?
I mean, I have a lot of stuff I do in my job. I could be doing a lot of other things.
A lot of other things. And then with that budget, I know $1 million, that's a ton of money. What could you be doing elsewhere with that money?
I mean, it's a big company. It could go really a lot of different ways.
Really a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Maybe spend some of it in the Canada office. I know it seemed like a really special project you guys are working towards, making sure that it's all efficient and it's all cohesive as that United States to Mexico Canada agreement gets in. I know it said that it would really increase your production and your sales. So
yeah, definitely.
Want to make sure that we're working towards that.
Yeah.
So if there were a way for me to show you how Citrix and our Zen desktop product could help you be more efficient, could help you replace that hardware without spending the $1 million, would you be interested in exploring that a little more?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I know we talked about efficiency a lot, and with efficiency in sales reps, you want to make sure everyone is being able to communicate. You want to make sure everyone's being able to use the same system so they're not wasting time, so they're not losing that $10,000 to $1 million. So one thing that I showed Jamie that I also want to show you today is with the Citrix and desktop product, we can make it to where any device, anywhere, at any time is accessible for your reps. So that means that I can access the Zen desktop program on my phone. So if you can see, it's like an app that you'll log into right on your phone. And I also want to show you how you can also do it on any other device. So for example, this iPad is a couple years old. It's not even the newest one. So with that outdated hardware, we could have the Zen desktop solution on there, and you wouldn't have to replace the $1 million worth of computers. You'd be able to access it via their old systems, and it would all look the same across every platform. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And if you don't mind just going ahead and scrolling through so you can see what it would look like. Everyone would have their own login and be able to customize their desktop so that they could have all that they would need for their functions. So whether that be financial or the sales reps trying to access inventory.
Okay.
Does that sound like something you guys would be interested in?
I mean, probably, but I mean, at the end of the day, how much is it costing?
So do you have a specific budget in mind?
I mean, just tell me how much it costs, really.
Just tell you how much it costs.
I mean, I have like 1,000 people that need it, so I just need to know numbers.
Yeah, so there are 3 different editions for the Zen desktop product. So based off of what you guys need and what you want to be using it, we can price it from there. One thing I will let you know, it is definitely less than that $1 million that you said you would be spending on replacing hardware.
Okay, well,
does that
I just want the safest option, the most secure option. I don't have to worry about any of that. So.
Definitely. Does that answer your question?
Yeah,
more?
It does.
One thing I also want to show you with this product where you won't be spending that money on hardware. I'm sure you've noticed as the systems admin how long it takes to get everyone to update their software and everyone to update their systems. Have you experienced any challenges in that?
I mean, yeah, it's just a lot. I guess I need to know a number. Like how much is it going to cost?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and are we still working with those 88 locations?
Yeah.
88? Okay.
Well, it's like the 1,000 people that need it.
There's 1,000 people that need it. Okay, well with the 1,000 people that need it, it's going to be less than that million, like I said. It'll be around 300,000.
Is that annually though?
No, that'll be with your one licensing fee. Again, that'll go ahead and update the system across all of those platforms. Does that answer your question?
So there's no annual fees or anything?
No.
Okay. It's the only thing is like this isn't even my biggest headache. Is like if I have to pay that $300,000 and then Jamie probably told you she has her project where she has to do the whole finance and inventory system on the computers. I have to hire 5 or 6 people to do that, and then they have to update all of that software and work on all that, and it's just a pain. Like I just have a lot going on with all that right now.
So is hiring those people, that seems to be a big stress. Is that going to cost you guys an amount?
Yeah, I mean their salaries.
Their salaries?
Yeah.
And when you're hiring those people, are you going to be having them just teach people how to implement the technology or train them in it?
I mean, they're just gonna implement the technology and then just do like a lot of maintenance and stuff on it. So I mean, it needs a lot of maintenance, whatever. So.
All right. So maintenance, and then with those salaries, would you be able to allocate that to another product if I were able to show you that we wouldn't need those people?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. So those 5 salaries, I'm sure that cost quite a bit of money. One thing I will show you with, again, that's a desktop product, is we have a automatic PC refresh. So when we download the newest software update onto your home servers, it'll automatically update every single person, those 1,000 people that are using its software. So you won't be spending money having people physically go in and updating every single system, physically going in and updating every single personal computer. They'll be able to access the newest software, the newest update on their phone, on their tablet, on their personal computer, anytime, anywhere. Also, one thing I will let you know is that the maintenance of it as well. Because of that, you're going to reduce costs because you won't be having to waste time uploading software, and you won't be spending money on those devices that you'll have to be using. They can bring their own device, and they'll be able to look at every single screen the same. So across, again, how you saw on my phone, on my laptop, on my computer, everything will look the same regardless of if it's an old device, if it's a new device. So there won't be training costs as well.
Okay.
Does that answer some of your questions?
Yeah, it does. And then how long would this take to implement?
Yeah, so I know you're worried about the time to make sure everything is downloaded.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of people that have to have it downloaded and learn it and everything. I mean, how long is it going to take?
Yeah, so I know you said 2 weeks is your timeline, and the amount of time that we've spent, today, me with Jamie, we could have already had this in desktop downloaded and working on your system. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect. So do you have any other concerns before we go ahead and move on?
Not that I can think of now.
Okay, perfect. Well, so I know that efficiency seems like a #1 priority for all of you guys, making sure that your systems are working efficiently, not only so you don't have to hire people to maintain it, but so the sales reps can go out and not waste their time and not lose sales. So not losing those $10,000 to $1 million sales. Also making sure that hardware, again, so we don't have to hire new people, so we don't have to spend however much on 5 people's salaries, so that it's going to be compatible across all platforms. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money, so you won't be spending that $1 million across the board updating that hardware. So again, I'm going to leave all of this stuff for you at the end of the meeting, but would you be interested in trying out this product as kind of a trial run? Do you have any other concerns? So you have no concerns for moving on at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to go ahead and sign a contract so that we can start beginning to work together so we can implement this within those 2-week periods. How does that sound to you?
I mean, that sounds good.
That sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, I did bring a contract today again so that we could have this on record and explain everything that we talked about today. So if you don't mind going ahead and signing that.
All right.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, and I am looking forward to working with you and making sure that all of your technology needs we're making sure we're handling.
All right, thank you, Emma.
Yeah, of course, and I'll go ahead and leave this for you today.
Okay.